And it's the Bulldog, the Cause Central Auto, North End Auto Parts, number 66, from Cronwell, Connecticut, Eric Burns.
A former SK Light champion will be in car number 22. In the Jarvis Motorsports car, Michael Jarvis Jr.
Flamingo Motorsports, Jim Page Welding and Heating brings us car number 50, the Scavoro Racing car from Stafford Springs, Woody Pitkat.
The ageless one in car number 10. In the horsepower Hill Farm car, Dan Avery.
The talented one, car number 57, the S&S Asphalt Paving, Dunlevy Truck and Auto Repair, number 57 from Roxbury, Connecticut, Chase Dowling.
Kid Rock aboard car number 88 in the Wheeler's Auto, Mr. Rooter car, Keith Rocco.
Jean-Guy Poulin Drywall, Sullivan and Sons, number 2, Deuces Wild, from Berlin, Connecticut, Ryan Preece.
The Grenade in car number 25, Sean Foster in the TSI Harley-Davidson car.
Teddy Christopher, the 13, Ronnie Williams, the 59.
Tommy Membrino in the 000, Rowan Pennick 93, Nick Boyman in the 11, Chris Jones in the 39, David Webb in the 9.
The green is out, and Dan Avery has a problem, car number 10A, and drops to the inside. At the point, Tommy Bolles, one of the veterans, challenging in the inside lane. Outside goes Matt Galco. Here comes Todd Owen. The color red emerges like fire on turn number 4. Bolles is hunted down by Owen to the bottom of turn 1.
Matt Galco hanging to the outside. Joey Cipriano. Smoke was coming from that car as he dive bombs his way underneath Matt Galco to infiltrate his way into third.
Here come the movers and the shakers. Here comes Woody Pitkat. Neon yellow numbers on the 50 tonight as he glows into the 4th spot. Galco stuck in the outside. There's the Bulldog, burnt to the inside. Back up front, Bolles still leads him. Owen looking like days of old. He runs in his tire tracks. They're doubled up further back, bottom of the top 5.
Ryan Preece has moved from the outside to the inside groove. He is right behind Eric Burt in the 66. And Ryan Preece has the bottom all to himself, being hounded by Jarvis. We have a battle for the lead. Here comes Todd Owen trying to dive bomb his way underneath Tommy Bolles.
Todd Owen tried everything to get to the inside. He'll make a bold move for it. Bottom shot move. Rim riding off turn number 4. Todd Owen on the inside. Bolles behind him, and Cipriano is right there. Brand new leader.
They Sharknado their way off of the second turn, and Todd Owen has a lead. He might have got a little nudge from the 84 of Joey Cipriano.
Off the turn, back to the stripe. It's still Todd Owen, the brand new leader. Cipriano is still running in the catbird seat. Bolles drops back to 3. Here comes the big dogs, Woody Pitkat and Preece. They're side by side off turn number 2.
Now Cipriano making a dive bomb crossover move against Todd Owen, and Joey Cipriano, trouble for Owen as he wobbles around very woozy in the 4th corner and is able to recover.
Todd Owen perhaps pulled off the Timex timely move of the event. He was literally caught sideways, gathered it back, lost 5 positions on the racetrack. His temperature is up. He'll be coming back to the front. But the 3rd leader is Joey Cipriano, linking him back to the line. Bolles is still in 2nd. Pitkat is still in 3rd. And then a little further back, that's where they're doubled up. That's where the heat is on.
As a part of that battle, Chase Dowling, car number 57. He has inside position. To the outside is Keith Rocco trying to make a very swift move. At the front of the field, Joey Zip Drive is leading. Here comes Preece trying to crowbar his way underneath Woody Pitkat.
And that's not the only mover and shaker in this event. Ronnie Williams, car number 59, is also rising like cream to the top. And where is Rowan Pennick? After back-to-back victories, he's struggling in the outside lane with Christopher, Foster, and the cast that follows.
Now Rocco has gotten on the inside, and Keith Rocco is able to jitterbug temporarily away from Ronnie Williams. Now he's going after Chase Dowling, but Ronnie Williams is not giving up. He is all over the 88 like a shirt on a coat hanger.
He certainly is. Good side-by-side racing between Woody Pitkat. Trouble now. Caution flag is out. 4 cars in turn number 4. The Jones car is one of them. Other cars include the Brainerd machine is involved in that mix-up as well. So on lap number 10 of 40, a jingle in the backpack of cars. Who's the fastest car on the racetrack? Ryan Preece, 19.396 was the fastest lap turned, and that took place 3 laps ago.
And nobody else is in the 19.3s. The next fastest, I believe, is Michael Jarvis, or Chase Dowling, 19.476. So Ryan Preece is about 1/10 of a second quicker than anybody else right now.
Here, let's set the stage for lap leaders. 76 of Bolles leading the first 4 laps. Todd Owen led lap number 5, and then it was Cipriano that took the lead on lap 6. Let's go quickly to Tony Sutton.
Well, Teddy Christopher in for air pressure and the suspension adjustment on the 13 on the right side rear. Back out.
Remember Ted Christopher, the point leader, heading into tonight. Nick Boyven is on his way out of pit road. Chris Jones is still being serviced in car number 39, so a very busy situation at the end of the year. We would like to welcome tonight David Webb. You talk about who has the longest commute. Well, the webmaster, he lives in Nashville, Tennessee, and every now and then he gets the itch to go racing, so he joins us here at Stafford.
Certainly does, and it's good to see him back for the competition here. Interestingly enough, as we go back about 3 laps before, when Todd Owen had taken the lead, he got involved in a jingle with Cipriano. It moved him back 5 positions, no fault of his own. That car was literally sideways, and he did a good job of saving it. Speaking of saving it, Tony Sutton is down there. What's going on with Sean Foster?
Well, they were doing some pretty serious adjustment on the rear suspension of Foster's car, but the crew thinks they got it where he wants it, so he'll get back out on the racetrack, but he was definitely not handling up to the level that he wanted that car to handle.
Still a long way to go, Tony. 30 laps remaining in the competition. The Membrino car is on the hook behind the Indianapolis wrecker, behind the wall as well. Matt, it's already been tense, but we're about to turn up the volume again.
Yeah, it's even going to get more tense with Joey Cipriano. Has never won at SK Rice. He has won a lot of SK Light features early in his career. Remember last year he came very close in a great battle with Dan Avery, and Dan Avery was able to get the win on that occasion. We are ready for a double file restart. The youngster Joey Cipriano against the veteran Tommy Bolles.
Keep your eyes on that second row. Ryan Preece, the big dog this season, and Woody Pitkat quietly marching to the front as the defending champion. Green is out. Cipriano, slight advantage, but Bolles, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. They didn't know Tommy Bolles. Meanwhile, Preece is right there.
Now Woody Pitkat making a move onto the inside. A great move against Ryan Preece. So Woody Pitkat is back in 3rd.
And just as we predicted, all of a sudden, Todd Owen, Keith Rocco, and the Bulldog Eric Burt are fighting to get back to the front of this field. That's where the red-hot racing is starting to get heated up. Back to the line, Preece is up to 2nd. Woody Pitkat, defending series champion. On the outside, here comes Todd Owen. Owen isn't giving up. He's digging in tonight. He's challenging Matt for the 4th spot.
Boy, a resurgence. As this is still anybody's race, let us know who you think is going to win by telling us on Facebook. Here comes Ryan Preece, and he is able to blur his way underneath Cipriano to take the lead on lap number 13.
Bolles is still in the 3rd spot. 4 different leaders, 13 circuits of 40. Challenge is on. Woody Pitkat and Todd Owen to the outside of 4th and 5th. They rim ride back to the line. And almost another challenge up front for the lead as Cipriano settles back in. Look at Pitkat and Owen.
And Owen, he is racing the wheels off that car. A lunge to the outside by Woody Pitkat. He is trying to tap dance around Tommy Bolles. They cross the stripe. Bolles is leading for 3rd, but a side-by-side showdown between Pitkat and Owen.
And Owen just doesn't give up. He keeps digging in. Up to the 4th spot. There is Kid Rock. Keith Rocco behind him. Burt, the inside lane looks racy. Here comes Todd Owen again. Trying to make the move, but Bolles, again, the blocker in the 3rd spot.
Boy, if you wondered why Todd Owen is called the Tenacious One, he is showing you how he got that name. He is crazy glued together with Woody Pitkat. Tommy Bolles holding both of them off. Rocco behind. Here is Burt. Michael Jarvis trying to move up. And a good move by Ronnie Williams.
Ronnie Williams is not to be left out of this big dance tonight. Here comes Keith Rocco. He's given Todd Owen a little help, a power assist, as now Owen still looking for that one opportunity to get around. Webb goes spinning with car number 9, but we stay under green so far. Back to the front of the field. Hot spot. Third. Bolles has been there. Owen is nipping at his heels. Rocco is there, and then they're side-by-side racing behind them.
Now the yellow comes out just as Todd Owen was making a move underneath Tom Bolles, and it's David Webb, who was stranded in John Deere country adjacent to the front straightaway. So David Webb, in one of his rare appearances at the Speedway, is in Dandelion territory. What a battle up at the front. You know, Joey Cipriano is not fading away as he is hanging in Ryan Preece's hip pocket in the battle for the lead. Now, remember, give us a shout-out on Facebook. We're about halfway through. Who do you think is going to win? Do you like Preece Lightning, Ryan Preece? Do you think Joey Cipriano is going to make a comeback in car number 84? What about Tommy Bolles? Let us know. And I think Ben, any one of about 10 or 12 guys is capable of winning this one.
Certainly are. Todd Owen turning in the run of 2014. Woody Pitkat, the same can be said. And quietly but cautiously, Rowan Pitkat, with 2 in a row, is now emerging into the top 10.
I was just going to say that we haven't mentioned him all race, but Roland Pennick has infiltrated the top 10. Very stealth, is that the word?
That is the key word. Let's give the restart lineup. Ryan Preece, of course, will be in the front row with Joey Cipriano, Tommy Bolles and Todd Owen, Keith Rocco and Woody Pitkat, Eric Burnt and Ronnie Williams, Rowan Pennick and Michael Gervais. Let's head down on pit road.
Well, Michael Gervais is actually in the pits. They're taking a look at the rear end, trying to make some adjustments and trying to get the car to balance better out there, as we're still waiting down here as we got one to go at the line. Now they'll lower him off the jack and they'll send him back out.
So lights are off on the safety vehicle.
So let's go to Tony Sutton for another Flamingo Motorsports report.
Well, real quickly, I just talked to Dan Avery. We talked earlier in the paddock area, and he said that there was a vibration in the car, and he just looked at me and he said, I found the vibration. It was my transmission. That's why I'm behind the wall.
Oh, that's not a good thing. But right now, hang on to the edge of your seat. It's showtime. 18 laps are up of 40. The SK Modifieds are in battle off turn number 4. And Ryan Preece has his hands full as Cipriano slips back. Look at Todd Owen. Bolles goes spinning to the bottom of the racetrack and around. Owen is back to the top 3. There is Woody Pitkat. Here comes Kid Rock. We are green and racing, and Preece leads him back to 1.
Tommy Bolles back out on the racing surface. Best battle, 4th and 5th. That consists of a fight between Pitkat and Rocco. Rocco trying to get to Pitkat, and Woody is able to pull away.
Woody Pitkat up to the 4 spot. They changed the numbers to neon yellow like days of old. Woody, the neon guy, is back among the top 4 cars. Up the hill to challenge now. On the outside, keep your eyes on Williams. He's coming to the front of the class. Matty just did a crossover move halfway down the back straightaway.
But Woody Pitkat was ready for it, and he was able to veto that move. Rocco very rambunctious. Rowan Pennick trying to dive bomb his way. Fireball underneath Eric Burnt, and he is going to execute the move, and Christopher is trying to follow suit.
He certainly is. Throw a little Eric Burnt into the mix. Webb goes spinning for the 2nd time in turn number 2. Back to the stripe they come. Yellow flag almost comes out, and now it does, because Webb, well, he had it fired back up and corrected, but then he came right back across the racetrack in a dangerous situation there. This is a presentation of NAPA. Your NAPA Auto Care Centers are located wherever the blue and gold is. NAPA know-how. It's more than a phrase. It's a way of life at your local NAPA Auto Parts stores. We welcome our friends from Call Before You Dig. We appreciate all that you do. This is part of the Call Before You Dig 811 Challenge Series. We've been talking a lot about that as well. Right now, our attention heads back down on pit road, and Sean Foster is there with car number 25. This is not the kind of race car he was hoping he'd have tonight, Matt.
Yeah, he has struggled the last 2 or 3 weeks. Let's go to Tony Sutton for another report from the from the Flamingo Motorsports Mule.
Everybody's complaining that the cars are not handling. 22 is in, and now they're working on the front, trying to adjust the toe a little bit on this car. Crew working on Michael's car. They've got the adjustment made, and he's down and away. But there's a lot of crowd down here on pit road as the cars are getting ready to go back to green. We'll throw it back upstairs.
We are about ready to get them fired back up. Lights are off, provided by Wheelan Engineering. First name in lights and sirens and safety services used throughout the world. Wheelan, proud sponsors of the NASCAR Wheelan Modified Tour and the Wheelan Modified Race Series. Get ready. Place your bets now. Give us a little mention on Facebook. Who's it going to be? No odds-on favorite in this one. Preece was the dominant car at the start of the season. That is not the case anymore. The green is back out, 21 and counting.
Every restart, Joey Cipriano gets a little stronger and stronger. He is hanging with Preece. Now Preece pulling away, and look at tenacious Todd Owen as he is able to crowbar his way underneath the 84.
Todd Owen has a little score to settle with Cipriano from an earlier jingle jangle, and now Todd Owen has muscled his way into second. Owen has fought that race car through the start of 2014, and tonight he's a contender as he works his way into second. Not over with yet. 4 cars contending for the runner-up spot.
Ronnie Williams on the inside of Woody Pitkat as he finished 4th last week. Right now he is challenging Cipriano for position.
Between turns 3 and 4, we've got a car around to the left of the New England Racing Fuels Sunoco billboard.
I think that might be Boyven in car number 11.
Yep, good call there, Matt. 23 of 40. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been here to Stafford in a while, this is what we've been seeing each and every Friday night in the SK Modifieds. It is never a cakewalk. It is a race to the wire, and it's a combination of 10 to 15 cars every Friday night. You won't see that anyplace else but the Stafford Motor Speedway.
And there has been more side-by-side racing this year in the SK Modifieds. Significant side-by-side racing and battles for the lead than we have ever seen. So you get the best of both moves. You get the bottom shot moves, and you get that great side-by-side racing. It is something that has been happening since the first race of the season.
It sure has, and it is being put to the test again. Front row, it is car number 2, Ryan Preece and Todd Owen. Owen has had a very difficult 2014 season. He's a hard-working guy, works in construction, just doesn't give up, helps a lot of other folks out in the paddock area as well. And tonight, that car is running on rails, and he is driving like the old Todd that we used to know, back down quickly with Tony Sutton.
Well, Joey Cipriano's crew chief just told me that the car is actually getting better. He said it's tough on the outside, but the car is coming to him, and he's hoping he can put that to work in these final laps.
Let's see what's going to happen off turn number 4. Preece and Owen fire them back up. Preece got a little more giddy up as they get to the bottom of turn 1. Owen on the outside. Matt, there's Cipriano back to contend.
He is on the inside now. Ronnie Williams flirting with 4th, but here comes Woody Pitkat. He is in a rush as he is able to rabble-rouse his way underneath Todd Owen.
Todd Owen goes down to the inside. There was a time when he used to love running the outside here. Now he's hooked up on the bottom. Cipriano is back up to second. Look at Williams muscling his way around the defending champion.
Now Keith Rocco making some noise. Ted Christopher is able to waltz around Eric Burke. So Ted Christopher, he is on the upswing, moving to 7th.
He is and marching forward along with Rowan Pennick. Battle still Williams and Pitkat. Wheel to wheel and side by side. That's the battle for the 4th spot. 26. It's not over with yet, and the heat is still on. Further back. Now this time Williams and Pitkat come together like two cymbals in an orchestra. Right there with him is Kid Rock.
As Rocco is hanging off the back bumper of Woody Pitkat like an acupuncture needle. To the outside is Ronnie Williams. Now Ted Christopher starting to make a racket in car number 13. Trying to follow him is Rowan Pennick in car number 99. And Ryan Preece still holding the lead by about the length of a diving board over Joey Cipriano.
Battle of side-by-side racing is back in the 5th and the 6th spot. Looking so strong. Just 2 laps ago, Williams is starting to backpedal just a bit in the outside as Keith Rocco and Ted Christopher have found a little daylight on the inside. And here comes Rowan Pennock, almost 3 wide.
As he almost was able to blockbuster his way underneath Christopher, but Ted holds him off. Hanging to the outside in a very rough position is Ronnie Williams, and Christopher is in the neighborhood there, making a bottom shot move. Does he have enough energy or voltage to pull it off?
He sees the opportunity, but doesn't have enough. Look at Keith Rocco. Rocco moves into the 4th spot, forcing Woody Pitkat back into line in position number 5. 10 circuits to go. Preece the leader. Cipriano is 2nd. Owen is in 3rd. Rocco is in the 4th spot, and Pitkat is in 5. Williams is 6. Here comes Christopher, Matt.
He was in 6, but look at the power move by Christopher. Little laser beam special, almost 3 wide as Pennock almost got there. And here is Christopher trying to tucker out Ronnie Williams.
And he does. He makes the move, and with him, the tail that wags the dog, it is Rowan Pennock, car number 99. And where's the Bulldog? He's still in there, working over Williams now. That's the next big battle on the racetrack.
And he goes to the outside. Eric Burt always does a good job on the outside here. He is going to have to take it there. Widening his lead is Ryan Preece. Has not won since July 11th, about a month ago. Rowan Pennock, he is putting a spectacular move on against Ted Christopher.
Remember, Pennock has back-to-back victories. He is down low underneath Ted Christopher. This is what you're going to see in the Wheel and Modified Tour later, but you're seeing it SK style. Tap to the bumper, deep in turn number 3.
So Pennock is able to swoop underneath Ted Christopher. Down to the final 6 laps for Ryan Preece, looking for his 5th win of the year. Best battle, 3rd and 4th. Keith Rocco has a spot, but here, Todd Owen, he is getting a challenge from Keith Rocco.
Keith Rocco has reeled in on Todd Owen. He's all over his back bumper, looks high. Owen knows he's there. He can feel the heat of the radiator, but Owen still holds on. Owen setting in the 3rd spot. Here comes Kid Rock again. Reels him in, little cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry cartoon action as they work their way in turn number 4.
It's been a long time since Keith Rocco has been on the podium in an SK Light race. Makes a move there. Good play by Owen to shut him down, forcing Rocco to the outside.
Down the back straightaway. It's coming down to the wire. Less than 4 circuits, 2 miles in the competition. Battle is for 3rd. The heat is starting to intensify. It's Rocco all over Owen. You talk about it's been a long time for Rocco to be on the podium. Todd Owen hasn't been there in 2014. He is hungry too. Popsicle sticks are up. Rocco banging on the back bumper of Owen. That's the battle for 3rd.
Here comes Pitkat out of nowhere, pulling even with Rocco. He was in the shadows, and he is even with Rocco in the fight for 4th.
The Neon Woody is back. He moves into the 4th spot. Rocco is alongside. 38 laps up on the board. Preece in a zone of his own at the front of the field. Back off turn number 4. White flag is out. Still, the hot spot is 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Owen still holding on for 3rd. Rocco still in the 4th spot. Pitkat kicks a little dust in the face of Rowan Pennock.
He made a great save. He is on his way to a top 5 finish. Here comes Ryan Preece to seal the deal.
Preece looking racy. Rocco taps the back bumper of Owen. It is Cipriano for 2nd. Owen to finish in the 3rd spot. Keith Rocco to finish in the 4th position. And rounding out the top 5 is Woody Pitkat. Wow.
Rowan Pennock in 6th. Ronnie Williams, another great run in 7th. Ted Christopher in 8th. And he will hang on to the point lead for another week. Eric Burt 9th, and Chase Dowling will round out our top 10.
11th position goes to Sean Foster. Tommy Bolles, after a good run early, has to settle in 12th. Kurt Brainer is 13th. David Webb is 14th, and Matt Galco to finish in 15th.
Then in 16th was Nick Boyven, Michael Jarvis 17th, Chris Jones 18th, Tommy Membrino 19th, and Dan Avery, because of a transmission that would not cooperate, he finishes 20th. They say call before you dig. What digging was going on a little deeper in the pack? Preece had things under control at the front of the field. And, well, let us, we will check the point standings. It is going to be very close as Ryan Preece came into tonight only trailing by 16. So this is going to be a virtual tie for first place between Ryan Preece and Ted Christopher. 5th win of the year, and it has worked wonders tonight for Ryan Preece, but that action deeper in the field was almost, it happened too fast to call it all.
It sure did, Matt, and an incredible run. We have to give a shout out to a lot of people. Joey Cipriano did good, and what about Todd Owen? That's like days of old for Todd, deservingly to get back on the podium as well. Woody Pitkat changes the colors of the numbers from white to neon yellow. It seems like the old Neon Woody is back to finish in the top 5. Now, let's go to Napa Victory Lane and Tony Sutton.
Well, Ryan, once you got free of the field, you just kind of drove away. It was kind of just make your marks, hit your marks, and concentrate.
Yeah, you know, first I got to thank all my sponsors: Sullivan and Sons, Mizzy Construction, Gunsmoke Stables, Earl Pelletier Concrete, J&O Auto, this awesome Pettit Power from the Poulins, East West Marine, my bud right there, Flamingo Motorsports. Man, I feel like Datco, call before you dig. Can't thank you enough for sponsoring this in the tour event. You know, you should get on a nationwide car. And NAPA of Canton, everybody on this whole car, it's phenomenal, and we're having a lot of fun, and just keep trying to win races.
Ryan, congratulations. A great drive, great performance.
Thank you. Anybody else, if I forgot, I'm sorry. Sunoco Race Fuels, Racing Electronics, Sean Waddell Communication, Ham Welding.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a good run for second place, Joey, but man, once you got free and get down and settle down a little bit, you drove the car extremely well.
Thank you. Ryan just had a little better car than us tonight. We could keep with him on the short runs, but the longer we went, the tighter we got. Congratulations to them. That's awesome. I have to thank all my guys. After the month we've had, I mean, we've just been struggling. We finished 17th last week, 24th in the 100-lapper. And to come back and finish second and show what this team's capable of is just awesome. I got to thank all my guys, my parents, my girlfriend, all my sponsors, AVI Pumps, Prospect Street Automotive, Creative Racing Products, Mac Tools, Hams Welding, how about the welder, and Ben Dodge. They told me to say that. Thank you to all the fans for coming out. CBYD, 811 for sponsoring the race. TA, Tony, all these guys, they're working their tails off, and to be able to finish second tonight shows what everyone's capable of.
Joey Cipriano, congratulations on the second spot. Nice job. Well, Todd, you're on the podium, dude. It's been a while. You had to work hard for it, but a great drive to third place.
Yeah, it's first off, I want to start off by thinking 811 call before you dig. Without sponsors like that, these races wouldn't be possible. We've been struggling all year, just couldn't find a handle on it. And tonight we changed the carburetor before the race, and it woke it up. So unfortunate that just one piece and one part that affects your season, but I want to thank everybody, Steve and Debbie Barnes for Cooker, Ben Dodge for helping out this year, Hams Welding, Pettit Racing Engines, Butch A for doing the chassis, and everybody else that helps out. I really appreciate it.
Todd Owen, third place, podium finish. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that wraps it up down here. We'll send it back upstairs because we got more racing coming up.
This kid's been to victory lane in the Darren Electric Service, Don's Hair Design. Number 29 for Brooklyn, Dylan Mendito.
Car number 53, the only female driver in the field, Jody Johnson.
Rick Dulac will follow. Kevin Lopuch, the 71. Chris Gomo, the 21. Carlos Gray, the 69. Jeff Smith, the 76. Glenn Griswold and Joey Farino starting at the back of the field. They're green and racing into turn number 3, but Boisjolie seems to be the guy to watch on the inside lane as they rumble back to the line.
Speaking of rumbling, here's G.J. Burnham. He is able to get the jump on Todd Doulard in the fight for third. So Dulac hanging in. Nick Salva rounding out our top 6.
Down the back straightaway, Burnham is looking racy to the outside. Remember, French has got a different car tonight. That car seems to be working well. He sets in the catbird seat, out of line. Bonsai move to the bottom. Burnham does a crossover. It doesn't work, or does it, Matt, in turn 2?
Maybe a little bit delayed reaction, but he's able to jackknife his way into second, trying to make the identical maneuver as Todd Dulac. He doesn't have the room going around his French. He's able to recover, but Dulac is in trouble. He makes contact with Nick Salva in turn 4.
Nick Salva had no place to go as Dulac's car went spinning like a top after a little chain reaction situation there as well.
French made the save, but that put Dulac in jeopardy. He wandered up the track. When he got back down, the man who was there was Nick Salva. So a little 3-car predicament. We need Micah Dowling to report to the track office. Micah Dowling. Now, one of the drivers we really didn't get to, making his SK Light debut here at Stafford Speedway, Geoff Smith, known to his pals as Big Country. He's primarily a late model driver. Won the late model championship at Waterford Speedway in 2012. He jumped into an SK Light for the first time at that track a month ago, and he won the feature. So he is part of a 3-car team. Paul French, Joey Farino, and Big Country Geoff Smith. And if you want to know why they call him Big Country, he's 6'4". And the number one concern was getting him to fit in that car. They almost needed a shoehorn to get him in there. He started his career at the Little T. And one thing his father always likes to say about him, he drove against Joey Logano back in those days, and Dad said Joey Logano never beat him. So that is a pretty good accomplishment for Geoff Smith in car number 76.
Well, down on pit road is car number 16. That's Todd Dulac out of Palmer, Mass. This young kid's really, really improved each and every time out. The first season, he struggled, came back to Stafford, and he's been very consistent and very strong. But tonight, everybody getting a little bit rambunctious. The end results was the ripple effect, and it didn't work in his favor by any stretch of the imagination.
He was the one that got rippled.
Yes, he was. Tommy Fox is the man who is a veteran driver here at Stafford and highly respected. He keeps the playing field fair for the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. And Jimmy Wilson from the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, his lovely wife, is joining him here tonight for this evening's program. We welcome her as well. And as we said before, all of this is brought to you by your friends at Call Before You Dig.
So we are ready for a double file restart. Great jump by Boisjolie. Paul French trying to hang with him, and occupying the room down low is DJ Burnham. DJ is in a hurry.
Certainly is. We haven't seen him this strong in quite some time. He'll put the hammer down to the outside. A guy that was strong a week ago is Steven Kopsick, the 31 car, orange car. Trouble. All of a sudden, the 37 goes sliding through the infield. Mendetto is there, and the Timex timely move of that one has to go to the driver of car number 1 for Bob Charland, who literally stopped to avoid all of that somehow, and then when the dust would attempt to clear, he managed to drive away without contact.
DJ Burnham going for the lead against Boisjolie, has some momentum. Left car there in the yellow comes out. And his podium, Paul French, was in the turn when Burnham and Boisjolie got there, and the yellow flag waves on lap number 4 for the second time.
Well, Paul French, he's been bounced around like a ball in a pinball machine tonight. Maybe some of that might have been self-inflicted a little bit, but he is now heading back down on pit road. Mendetto became a victim of circumstances. He's in the Sahabi Desert down there to the inside of the front straightaway with a flat right rear tire on the number 29 car. Now remember, these competitors do not have the luxury of having their crew members with spare equipment on pit road. So once a tire goes down or they have a mechanical problem, they are pretty much out of it for the remainder of the event. And that's a tough one for Mendetto.
Yeah, and even if their car is loose and they want to tighten it up, they can't. So you have to dance with the car that you started the problem with.
You certainly do.
And that is our situation here. We were talking about Geoff Smith. He has moved up to the upper tier of the field. He is in 6th place, and right behind him is his teammate, Joey Farino, as Joey Farino started dead last in the field. Tyler Hines, he had transmission problems last week. They put a new transmission in that number 25 car, and he is running in 5th. Maybe one of the stories of this race, a rookie driver, Steven Kopchik, is 4th. Last year, Ben, he was in the Legend division, so he's made a pretty big jump and has been able to do a lot smoother than I think a lot of people expected that he would.
You are absolutely right. He's been very strong, and each and every time out, he seems to get a little bit stronger as well. Another guy to keep your eyes on tonight is the 07. You know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but Goff is looking really tricky tonight because he's already up to the 8th spot to the outside of Farino. Off turn number 4, looking to rumble and get him fired back up. And the green is back out, and Burnham picked up some help from Randy's trucking, and it seems to be paying off as Boisjolie is on the bottom, but it is Burnham to pull away down the back straightaway. Look at the gaggle of cars that follows Matt as they come back to the stripe.
Boisjolie trying to hang on for dear life in 2nd, but here comes Kopchik to the outside as he is in a jet stream. Jeff Smith right behind Kopchik, and here comes Kopchik, moving into the rarefied atmosphere temporarily to 2nd, but Boisjolie shuts him down.
He sure does. In car number 77, Jeremy Sorel started 8th, is up to the 3rd spot. He's another mover and shaker. Off the turn, here comes Farino. He's all over the back bumper of his teammate, and that, of course, is the 76 car of Jeff Smith. You were right, Matt. Jeff Smith, he has something that makes him a contender each and every time he straps in behind the wheel, because he's up among the top 5 in his first appearance, holding off his teammate, last week's feature event winner.
And he also has to hold off Tyler Hines. We have an impressive battle for 2nd as it's Boisjolie hanging on, but the point leader, Jeremy Sorel, is in the neighborhood in car number 77. There's another guy who is more accustomed to driving Fender cars, but he says he loves the open wheels, and Steve Kopchik continues to impress everybody in the top 4.
When we don't want to leave out Glenn Griswold, he started back in the 20th position, and Griswold is already up to the top 8. Side-by-side racing taking place back there with Griswold and Goff. Same can be said with Boisjolie and Sorel. Sorel looks racy, black versus white, as they come off turn number 4, but Sorel in the white number 3 will hold on to 2nd.
And 2 guys in their 50s having a great battle, Glenn Griswold and Jay Goff. Joey Farino picking up the pace as he tries to blister his way underneath Smith. Let's see if it happens in the middle of turns 3 and 4. And for the time being anyway, Smith has the upper hand on the mare.
Well, it appears that Joey Farino likes to work the bottom, and he cannot find enough, well, track room to get on by. Sorel does. Bottom shot move off the 2nd turn. Down the back straightaway. Position number 2, black number 77, Jeremy Sorel from 8th up to 2nd. And right there following him through is Steven Kopchik, the 31 car, as now Boisjolie is stuck in the outside lane. Final chance to maintain a podium spot. 11 of 20 are now complete.
And Kopchik making a power move as they enter turn number 3. The key is what will happen when they exit turn 4. And it's Steve Kopchik has moved into the podium.
Kopchik up on the podium doing a good job. Boisjolie drops back 1. Here comes Tyler Hines. We haven't talked a lot about him tonight. He had a tough practice, spun in the center of the infield, got it all dialed back in, and he's among the top 5 cars. Leader is still Burnham. Back to the line. He'll set the pace. Sorel is now closing up the gap as he runs right in the tire tracks of the Burnham machine as they head down the back straightaway.
He is trailing Burnham by about the length of a 4-leaf clover as they go into the 3rd quarter. Boisjolie is having a great run, holding off the 25 of Hines. Paul French is out of commission in the 37 car. We have a car stranded in turn number 2. Things are getting dangerous.
It is Chris Gomos with the number 21 car. Now gets it fired back up, and that's going to bring out the caution. 13 of 20 are into the record books. If we welcome you, if you've just joined us, this is the NASCAR Wheel and All-American Series, a presentation of NAPA Auto Parts. NAPA Auto Parts stores are conveniently located near you, where NAPA know-how is more than a phrase, it's a way of life. And now Tony Sutton is down there with a very ecstatic person that just went for an incredible ride in the two-seater, Tony. Another satisfied customer.
Well, if the smile is any indication, you had a good time, and you are?
I'm Nick.
Nick, what did you think?
That's fantastic. I'd say bloody awesome.
Bloody awesome. And he was on the wrong side of the road, wasn't he?
Look, that's always been a trouble, but it's been a really fantastic experience, so thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going green, but I'm glad you had a good time.
Look at DJ Burnham. He is having a good time, trying to get his first SK Light win of his career. He was in the limited late models last year, and he got the boost against Jeremy Sorel. Sorel getting even.
3 wide, further back, Matt. Keep your eyes on the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions. They are 3 wide, and Farino wins the challenge there. Salva can't get a break if he tries as he goes spinning, and now steam erupts from beneath the hood of car number 98. Wrong place at the wrong time. Heartbreaker there as the caution flag comes out. 14 laps are up on the board.
And Nick Salva was tough early in this race, but has ran into some serious conditions. It's almost like a tea kettle in the front of that car as the steam emanates from there. Great 3 wide battle, but not for Nick Salva. DJ Burnham, a year ago, he was trying to win a championship in the limited late models, has moved up to open wheel cars, and it's been a pretty good move. He has been up among the point leaders all season long. And this is going to be a great battle. The guy you would not expect to be up there would be Steven Kopchik in car number 3. Remember, this is his rookie season. He started the night 6 in the point standings, trailing Jeremy Sorel by 74 points. And the best finish so far tonight, or this season, for that driver, Steve Kopchik, has been 4th. So he has a chance to better that. But pretty consistent. His last 4 races, he has been 6th, 4th, 6th, 6th, and 5th. So Steve Kopchik, maybe this shouldn't be surprising because he has been very consistent.
We've got a couple of birthday wishes going out, Matt. Happy birthday goes out to Denise LeClaire from Guy, and happy 60th to Bob Brown from Guy and Denise. So congratulations and happy birthday wishes there.
Now, currently running 12th, Jody Johnson, and she has T-shirts for sale for only $10. So a chance to get a pretty good souvenir from this great. You need a souvenir. When it's one of the top 10 weather days of the year, you should get a souvenir because you only, there's 346 bad ones coming up. So when you're top 10 weather day, get a souvenir, and Jody has one for you. The driver, car number 53, having a pretty good rookie season as it's basically a 2-man crew that maintains that number 53 car. She and her boyfriend, so a nice purple-looking car, brings you back to the old Waterbury era of the modifieds. But Jody is from Medway, Mass., a graduate of North Carolina State.
We also want to mention, too, that Family Ford of Enfield providing us with those safety service trucks that are on display as those our safety crew, our award-winning safety crew, is working to dry out the racing surface as, unfortunately, Nick Salva did not have any luck tonight. Wrong place at the wrong time. Earlier, you see the front of the what they call the front spoiler or the front nose of the car was literally all closed up from an earlier spin down through the center of the infield area, and then second spin resulting in the car overheating, and he pulls away, but we don't think he's going to be able to resume. 15 of 20 laps are into the record books. You know, Matt, they talk about the sport of auto racing as being a family sport. Here's kind of an interesting side note. On the back of the David Burnham car, it says Randy's Trucking. Now, Randy's Trucking is the father-in-law of Michael Bennett. So besides helping Michael Bennett and sponsoring that race car, he goes and he helps David Burnham. Shows you that it's all one big family, whether you have the bloodline or not.
Right now, we are going to have a line to the start-finish line. DJ Burnham, he is flawless on this restart against Jeremy Sorel.
Certainly is, and Burnham continues to try to hold on. They hit down the back straightaway, and Burnham starts to string it out just a bit. Sorel is racy, and just as you predicted, Matt, Kopsick started 6th and is there on the podium. But look at Joey Farino from the back of the class to the front of the field. He is in the 4th spot, and Boisjolie is on the outside as they head off the turn again. It's not over with 4 and counting.
And the straw that stirs the drink could be Joey Farino, the mare. It took him a while to get through traffic. He is a factor. Here comes Sorel to the outside of Burnham. He can't slow him down. Burnham still has the lead with 3 laps to go.
Burnham has held his line picture perfect. Sorel started in the 8th spot, making his magic on the outside. Thinks twice of it. Now Kopsick there. There's Farino. Farino is now challenging to the inside of Boisjolie. They are almost 3 wide for the lead as they come to the stripe.
Boisjolie holding him off. Kopsick going for 2nd as he tries to pile drive his way underneath Sorel. He is on the verge of doing that. Here comes Kopsick for the lead. They go 3 wide almost into turn number 3, and it is Burnham holding off Kopsick.
On the inside, Kopsick going, gone. White flag is out. Burnham is stuck in the outside. 4 cars contending for the lead. Kopsick to the inside. Here comes Joey Farino. Burnham gets bounced back. Sorel is stuck in the middle down at turn 3.
The mare, love tap. Kopsick trying to hold on for his first career victory. They boogie off the turn. Here comes Steve Kopsick to get the win. Joey Farino in 2nd. First time ever. Steve Kopsick in his rookie season.
And
what an
scramble.
Underdog story.
And what a scramble down the front straightaway.
Wow, things got down and dirty, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And Burnham ends up in the wall hard coming off turn number 4.
So does Jody Johnson in 52. She's able to drive away.
And so isn't the old warhorse, Glenn Griswold. But the heartbreaker of the night has to be Burnham after turning in such a good run. But the record books tell the story. Car number 31 from 6 to the front of the class from Newtown, Connecticut. We saw him getting stronger each and every time out, and tonight his name goes into the record books as the winner. And what about Joey Farino from 21st to 2nd in a controversial finish over Jeremy Sorel to finish in the 3rd spot. Geoff Boisjolie for 4th, and Tyler Hines somehow held on through all of that to finish in the 5th spot.
Big Country, Jeff Smith finishing 6th. Glenn Griswold, the warhorse, in 7th. The Gofter, Jay Goff at 8th. Pete Lopuch in 9th. And Branden Dion, the rookie. Ronnie got our top 10.
Jody Anderson, even though she was involved in a jingle, still recovers as she will finish in the 12th spot. Carlos Gray finishing in 13th. Rit Dulac in 14th. And Chris Gombo to finish in the 15th spot.
Then it was G.J. Burnham in 16th. Wesley Prucker 17th. Nick Salva 18th. Paul French 19th. Dylan Mendino 20th. And Todd Doulard only lasted for 2 laps. He was the first car out. Steve Kopsick, when it was announced that he would be moving into the SK Lights this year, I thought it was going to be a big learning curve. Who would have thought that he was able to do it in his rookie season, as in his 11th race ever in his career, he is able not only to get his first podium, but to get his first win. And then he went from 3rd to 1st on lap number 18 to get to the lead for the first time, and he was not about to give it up.
Certainly wasn't, and what a great victory for him. Joey Farino coming from dead last up through the field like the old hot knife through butter, and Sorel, who was there up front the entire time. But let's go down to Tony Sutton in Napa Victory Lane.
Well, Steve Kopsick out of the car being congratulated by his crew. Come on, come over here for a second. Well, I'll tell you what, the first win is always really, really special. And you deserved it, and you drove up to the front with some really fast cars. What is your first thought?
It's just crazy to be standing here. We did a lot of hard work, my crew guys, everyone, all my sponsors. Just crazy. I didn't think we'd be here tonight. We weren't the best in practice, and I just can't thank everyone enough. NJK Automotive, Holcon Industrial Gas, definitely 811 call before you dig for sponsoring the event. That's cool. And then TA Engines, Tony and Mike from Magnus, they helped us out, so couldn't have been here without them.
Well, I'll tell you what, you put a mark on the wall This is your first win, and people are going to be looking at you, man. They're going to be looking at you as a mark to get around, but congratulations on your first victory. Terrific.
Thank you.
Well, we're looking for our second place finisher, and he's wandering off on us. I know you were excited to go over and give him a congratulatory kiss on the cheek for getting his first win, but second place ain't bad either.
Not too bad. I mean, before we started, I got to congratulate the kid. Stevie's a good guy. He ran me pretty dirty the last couple of weeks. You know, I ran him clean tonight, and he came down on me out of 4. I would have had to have a nice run out of it at the win, but it is what it is. Yeah. But I got to thank all my guys. You know, especially from coming so far in the back. Paul French puts a phenomenal car under me every week. You know, it could do anything. You know, Gino helping out RH2 radios. You know, Donnie from Rad giving me phenomenal power in the thing. Kurt DeDario's Auto Service. Dave Stevens Ductwork. Got to thank Pinto Manufacturing, Brothers Pools. Got to thank George for helping me out. Got to thank 811 Call Before You Dig for sponsoring the event tonight. And, you know, all my crew, Dean, Debbie, Big Frank, Lenny, Zappa. I'm forgetting somebody. I'm just out of breath here.
Well, the mayor's office came through once again, and the people of the community are glad that you're in second place on the podium.
We try. One more lap, we would have had something for him.
Congratulations on second.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sorel had a great viewpoint for some great racing ahead of him, but what a performance and staying out of trouble, because it got wild out there.
Yeah, just from the very start, everybody was running over each other. We were getting turned on lap 1. I had nowhere to go, and just a lot of beating and banging, way too much for as close as we were racing. I can't go anywhere if there's a car in front of me, 2 cars beside me. So, that's all that I can say there. If I'm being ran into the back, that's what it is. We had a great run, starting mid-pack and still finishing pretty good.
Well, the main thing is you stayed out of trouble. That's a sign of a mature driver who can hold it back when you need to. You finished in third place on the podium. The points are there, and the season's looking good.
Yeah, it was a good race, so I'm happy with the third place.